Bennett, your spiritual counselor and psychic host for Metaphysically Speaking. Tonight we're going to be talking about racism and the karma of that, and we're going to be talking about the solstice and any open metaphysical questions you may have. But right now, 546-7379, start dialing with your personal questions. Stay with us. And welcome back. New viewers, Metaphysically Speaking is brought to you every single week. And my goal on this program is to help you understand how to bring the soul, the mind, the body together in a powerful, effective, peaceful unit and to function intelligently on the planet. Some people think that metaphysics is New Age. It is nothing like New Age. New Age is very la-la and everything's wonderful. And if you live on the planet for more than 5 minutes, you can figure out everything is not wonderful. But metaphysics brings the seen and the unseen world together and helps you understand why we're here on the planet. That's my purpose for doing this program. So new viewers, that's what we're all about. And at the beginning of the program right now and at the end of the show, we do personal calls about your relationships or a dream you may be having, or should you sell your house and move somewhere else. Whatever the personal issue is. During the body of the program, it's only on the topic. And tonight we're going to be discussing the solstice, which is coming up this Thursday. And we're also going to be discussing the burning of the black churches, because I don't know about you, but I am really fed up with it. And we're going to be discussing this kind of racism and the karma of this racism, because you know, there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. But right now we're going to do some personal questions, so stay with us. Caller, first name and your comment or question.
Hi, this is Spike. How you doing, Linda?
Hi, Spike. How are you?
All right, I was curious if you could tell me if what you see in the future for my love life.
Okay. What are you interested in, Spike? Because I'm getting kind of a mixed bag here, and like you're going 100 miles an hour this way, 100 miles an hour that way, but you're only going about 15 miles an hour over here. So you're laughing. So you seem to be kind of mixed up a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit. You know, Spike, I think you may want to come into me for a consultation, a life consultation, because a love life situation is not really what you should be looking for right now. You should be looking for who is Spike, what's Spike all about, where is Spike going. By the way, tell me how you got that nickname.
Well, I'm 6'5", so I used to play volleyball with some people who were worse volleyball players than me, so once in a while I'd be able to hit it over and it was spiked. And also when I used to drink alcohol, I'd juice up the watermelon with alcohol. So
you do what?
You never heard of like putting alcohol in a watermelon?
No.
Well, when I used to drink, I quit a long time ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I used to put alcohol in the watermelon. It's called spiking it. Well, I used to do it all the time, and that also helped with the nickname Spike. Yeah, but I quit the alcohol and that, but I kept the nickname. I kept the nickname because it was pretty cool.
Okay. Well, you certainly don't forget it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So let's not focus on the love life. Let's focus on who Spike is. Okay, so I hope I'll see you soon.
Okay.
All right,
bye, Linda.
Bye now. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Hi, this is Ingrid.
Hello, Ingrid.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? That's not a name you hear very often. That's a very nice name.
Thank you. I was wondering if you could tell me what you see. I'm going through a real heavy time right now, and I was wondering if you see any major changes in my life.
Well, you know, something I see for you, and I don't know if that's what's happening right now, but I see you signing some kind of legal document. Are you planning on doing that soon, or have you already done that?
Oh, I'm in the midst of it.
Okay. I hear the timing is okay, but just be careful about the wording. All right? So, you know, the turn of a word can be very interesting.
Yeah.
So I want you to review that very carefully. You know, have somebody else read it as well, because 2 or 3 people can read the same piece of paper and get something different out of it.
I see.
So the timing is all right as it's going along, but I'm not sure about something being missed or misinterpreted or not quite clear. All right?
Do you see any end to all of this?
Yeah, seems, I'm coming out of one legal problem soon. It's been going on forever. Everything ends eventually, you die. But let's hope that we get this done before that happens. I am feeling something in August, September, and then I'm feeling by the end of the year, a lot of it will be much better.
Oh, I hope so.
But I still feel something straggling on to like maybe next April, but most of it will be done before then. Just see the outcome. See you calling me or coming for an appointment saying, Linda, you're not going to believe it. It's all taken care of brilliantly. Everything worked out great. Don't worry so much about the little nitpicky details. Worry about the outcome being powerful and peaceful. Okay? And successful for you. Sometimes what we do is we get bogged down in the details, but the universe sees details that we don't see. So always say, for my highest good in the light, and see the end result. Okay? All right.
Okay.
So it's crawling to get better. All right?
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Caller, first name and comment or question, then we'll go to classes.
Hello?
Caller. Go ahead, caller. What's your first name?
Louise.
Louise. Okay, what can I do for you?
I'm trying to start a business. I have been for quite some time, and nothing is working.
Yeah, I'm feeling it's the wrong timing, it's the wrong thing. Instead of you're looking at it like this, you're a little bit over here. It's just not working. I feel that you need to let it go and take on something else. It may work in a different way in the future, but not the way it's structured now. Okay?
Thank you, Linda. You look beautiful.
I do? Well, thank you. I didn't get very much sleep this weekend. I was trying to do different projects around the house. I've been working on the outside of the house, so the inside of the house looks like it hasn't been touched in years. I can't even find my kitchen table, so I didn't get very much sleep, but thank you very much. It's a nice compliment. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's really interesting when you're sitting there talking to someone, because I called him to say, this is a former student of mine who's a monk now at Self-Realization. I said, I'm feeling that he went on a retreat, and I said, I'm feeling you had some UFO experience. He said, that's really strange. He said, because I think I felt something different. I think I saw a couple of things. And we're talking about it. He said, Linda. I said, what? He said, I'm looking up at the sky, and this light is there. And then all of a sudden, as he said it and we talked about it, it flashed and disappeared. Very fascinating. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Hello?
Caller, go ahead, caller.
How you doing?
What's your first name? I'm
My name
okay.
is Bill.
What's your name?
Bill.
Bill, okay.
Yeah. I was wondering about the financial situation.
It's been a little dim for a while. I'm feeling it's going to be a little dim for a while longer. But then what I'm feeling, it might be astrological for you. I'm feeling you like you've been under this little cloud. I've been under one my whole life, but I'm cracking the whip these days. And I'm feeling that you're beginning to come out of this stuff. I want to get the timing of around November for you, that things are starting to break up more. It's not going to get worse. If it does, it'll just be a smidgy worse, but then it'll sort of level off and it'll begin to climb up starting November, December, January, and it'll start moving up. I'm feeling something about a job change. Are you looking for a job change, or is that happening now?
It's happening now.
Okay. They changing your job? Are you leaving or what?
I'm going to be changing my job at the same company. I'm just doing something different.
Okay. It may not be as rewarding as I feel you should have, but by the fall you will have enough experience under your belt where you can go in and say, hey, I've been doing this job since June and I want my raise. I'm feeling that's going to lead to something else, so just be a little bit patient. Okay?
Yep. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Hi, Linda.
Hi there.
Hi, my name is Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, I'm calling in reference to what's going on future-wise. I really want to get a house. I have a baby, and I was just wondering, do you see anything along the lines of, getting married and all that other good stuff?
Well, that's an entire consultation, so what do you want to ask me? Yes, 5 different things there.
Okay.
What do you want to ask me?
Let's go career-wise.
Okay, where are you working?
Right now, I'm working within the Pinellas County School Board.
Okay, so this is like sort of a job that requires that you only get increases as your category or classification goes up or something? Because it feels like this is not something that you can put a lot of effort into and just get rewarded. Okay.
So are you saying... Because I was looking to go back to school in August.
Good. To do what?
Well, right now, a teacher's assistant right now. There is opportunity if I go ahead and complete my associate's degree
And are you going to get your teaching degree?
Right.
Okay, that's good for you. You're good with kids, and I'm feeling that this is going to help you grow as a person. You have patience, and you also have a very good way of explaining things to people, which makes a really good teacher. So you're on the right track there. You may even in the future go into some guidance counseling as well, but right now I'd like to see you get your teaching degree. Okay. That's the right track for you. So if working for the school system enables you to do that and keep the income in, fine. I think that's good for you. I like the teaching.
Just real quick, how far?
No, I can't answer only one question to a person.
I was wondering how booked up you are for consultation.
Oh, I have 1 or 2 appointments, not for this week, but for next week.
Okay, I'll give you guys a call tomorrow then.
Okay, well, you can call tonight. I pull the messages off the machine.
Okay, Linda.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Okay, we're out of time. I have the wrap sign. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Questions about your personal life? What about your relationships? Where's your life going? How about a career? Do you need to go back to school? What about those spiritual questions you always had in your back of your mind, but you just didn't know to ask about them? Or how about finding out why you're here on the planet to begin with? Call me at 736-4567 and we'll arrange an appointment. Now, if you have a product or a service you'd like to advertise with us, call 736-4567 today.
And our meta moment. Of one thing I am certain, the body is not the measure of healing. Peace is the measure. And that's by George Melton. That's some of what we're talking about tonight. I know some of you are a little confused as to what we're discussing, but we are discussing the racism and the hatred of burning down the black churches. We're talking about racism in general and the hatred of one group of people against another group of people and the karma of that people, because let me tell you something, cruelty has no escape. We're going to be discussing that. We're discussing the solstice and the energy of the solstice and the equinox and anything that is considered open metaphysical questions. Mary Louise is in there screening the calls. Don't guide it by saying, oh, well, you know, I have a dream. What does this mean? You can discuss astral projection or colors, hauntings. I know there's a lot now about, there was a show on the Discovery Channel about haunted houses over the weekend. Anything that's of general interest to the public. The class in July, by the way, the topic class is on July 2nd, which is a Tuesday because of the holiday on the 4th, and I call it the disaster class. It's the world events class. It's about politics. It's about disaster, the shift, the earthquakes. I was with some friends on Thursday or Friday night, I can't remember which, and I said, my head is killing. I get earthquake headaches, or I call them earthquake volcano headaches. I can't tell which is which usually, and I said, something is going to be happening in New Zealand and Japan in the next couple of days. My head is coming off, and of course, if you saw the news, there was the earthquake, there was the volcano in New Zealand that went off, and it had gone off last year. They had just taken it off the watch list the day before, and my friend Mary Louise said it was like the volcano said, oh, you think I can't erupt anymore? I'm going to be showing you. So lots of things are happening, and that's the disaster class for July 2nd. I'm also going to be showing the map that I was given in meditation last year with a couple of revisions about where the safe areas are going to be for the planet. By the way, talking about the Discovery Channel, I am infuriated. There are 2 shows that they're running right now with misinformation. One of them is the outrageous attempt to pretend there was no Spanish Inquisition. That just, you know, a couple of people here and there died. There was not only the Spanish Inquisition, but it was a European Inquisition. It was in France, it was in England, it was in Spain, it was in Italy. It was everywhere. So when you watch that show, remember when Elvis Presley took a gun and shot out his TV screen? I was so furious. I said, I cannot believe it's like trying to pretend there was no Holocaust. There was an Inquisition. In fact, just last year, the government of Mexico put on display all of the equipment that they had saved over the years, that had been saved by the government, which were the torture machines that were used to torture people in the Mexican Inquisition. So the idea that there was no Spanish Inquisition is insane. The other thing is, on the show of the Knights Templar, this is a Dutch production, and in there the statement is made that the 5-pointed star is always used for evil. No more so than the crucifix is used for evil. Bad people, evil people take good symbols and reverse them. Evil people take the crucifix and hang it upside down. It doesn't make the crucifix bad. The five-pointed star should always be used, little head, little arms, little legs, meaning the human spirit, the God spirit, overcoming the limitations of the five physical senses. I was appalled. Here is a terrific production with wrong information in there. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we've got a caller. Caller, first name and comment or question. Caller.
Hi, this is Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, Linda. I have a question on reincarnation.
Okay.
If you had unfinished business from a past life and met someone in this lifetime connected to that past life experience, if it was devastating, how would that affect you if you were to meet them?
Well, that's a fabulous question, Susan, because here's the deal. If in the last lifetime you had unfinished business, but say you were calm and peaceful about it, it's just details were not completed. If you were calm and peaceful, the rule is that the two of you will come back together again. You will still be calm and peaceful about it. The other person will have to try to make amends or come to a peaceful acceptance or try to neutralize any kind of negativity or unhappiness that had taken place. If, on the other hand, in the last lifetime, you had completed the need to be on this particular planet, you would be sent to another planetary existence of a higher elevation, and there would be another person that came in with this individual who would take your place, who this person also had that kind of karma with, okay? So if you're totally out of it, if you're peaceful, if you've dealt with whatever it is and let go of any kind of anger, any kind of emotion or attachment about it, and you're still on this planet, you guys will come back together again and try to finish it off. If not, another person will have to take your place, all right?
Both recognize this need when they met, right?
Sometimes some people don't. They don't. If you're tuned in, you know that you've got something going on with that individual. We're surrounded by friends and enemies and neutrals to fill in the spaces. And enemies, I mean people who have done you harm in another lifetime. Friends who you can trust and get along well with, and you love and protect each other. That doesn't mean blood relatives, it just means in general. It can be blood relative or not. And when you meet someone, this is that instant recognition of love, hate, fear, anger, kindness, warmth, trust. You always pick up where you left off. Each lifetime, when you come back with someone you have karma with, it's like you just left the other room and went into this room. It's exactly the same. You pick up at the heartbeat, so to speak, of where you left off with that other individual. Okay. So you can tell the other individual about it. If they choose not to believe it, there's not a lot you can do. That's why we yogis have the expression, be in the world, but not of it. It's not a la-la land concept. It means try not to get attached to what's going on, which is a real hard thing to do. But even if, pardon me, if you do get angry about something, if you calm down about it and let it go and try to make peace to neutralize it, that does you and the universe and the other person a world of good.
Okay.
Okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Caller, first name and comment or question. You want to have a caller? Okay. I want to talk about the blowing apart, the burnings down of the black churches all across the South. Anyone who thinks there isn't some kind of a conspiracy is either on drugs or a New Ager, because there, of course, is a conspiracy. Even if they're not all directed by the same person, the hatred that the white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan, the militia, I don't care what they're calling themselves, the skinheads, it doesn't matter. Haters are haters, regardless of what title they give themselves. You know, these people are trying to put forth the idea and justify to themselves and their community members that they're getting rid of the bad guys, the black guys that are bad. Well, if they want to do that, I suggest they go after maybe Louis Farrakhan and his gang, maybe the black gangs that are selling drugs to people in the streets, including their own communities. Go after those people. But no, the KKK doesn't have the guts to do that kind of thing. They only have the manly guts and strength to go bomb out, or I'm saying bomb, but there's, I don't know whether it's a firebomb or just starting a fire with a candle or whatever they're doing. No, they only have the strength and the guts and the fortitude to burn down places where little children and mothers and fathers and grandparents come to worship God. And they're trying to say that they're making the community a better place. Well, you know, that's just the point. they're so filled with hatred that they can't stand the concept that there are lovely people in this group that they plan on hating and they've been brought up to hate. Lovely people who are members of the community and contributing and working and going to school and living exactly the same way that they claim to be living. These white supremacists want everyone to think that they are the upstanding pillars of the community. Well, they couldn't be farther from that. So these cowards, this pond scum, is going after lovely members of the community. Now, I am known for wanting an end to all religion, organized religion, where we just go to God. We may love Christ, Mary, Buddha, it doesn't matter, but we get rid of organized religion because it separates us and it gets in the way of God. But for the black community, the church, their churches are their center of their community. They work together, they play together, they make a community out of their church environment. This is their part of their success story as community members. So of course these cowards and the militia and the KKK would go after that because they hate the idea of someone of another color being successful, being harmonious, being happy, being educated, when these clowns are probably half as educated as the people that go to the black churches, that are keeping their children in school, that are being successful in the community. So I hope these cowards are uncovered. I hope they're drawn and quartered and are imprisoned or given the death penalty for the rest of their lives. And what's going to happen if they go into the prisons is they're going to come up against their own gangs. They're going to come up against the black gangs, the Mexican gangs, other kinds of gangs, and they're going to have to suffer the intimidation and hatred that they created with their burning down of black community churches. How disgraceful, how despicable. Caller, first name and comment or question. Caller.
Hello?
Go ahead.
I had a question about karma. Do you think it carries through from like your past lives?
Oh, of course it does. In fact, these people, this pond scum that's burning down the black churches, they're going to find that in their next lifetime, or maybe several lifetimes, depending upon how much karma they create, that they are going to be in a group of people that is victimized by others, whether it's black or Asian or wherever. They're going to be born in a place that they suffer the same kind of hatred that they are perpetuating. You reap what you sow. So karma is simply the law of cause and effect. In science class it says for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. In the Bible it says you reap what you sow. In modern culture we say what you get what you give, what goes around comes around. So what you create, you are going to be getting back. If you create kindness, you're going to get back kindness. If you create hatred, you're going to be getting back hatred. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're out of time on this segment. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back. So stay with us for open metaphysical questions, and I want to hear from you about this racism and hatred. Stay with us. And I meta moment for tonight. Something came to me in meditation this afternoon about getting people to go back to nature, to calm them down. And I came across this essay by Emerson, and I'm going to read part of it to you. And he's saying that in the woods, we return to reason and faith. There I feel that nothing can befall me in life, no disgrace, no calamity, leaving me my eyes, which nature cannot repair. Standing on the bare ground, my head bathed by the blithe air and uplifted into infinite space, all mean egotism vanishes. I become a transparent eyeball. I am nothing, but I see all. The currents of the universal being circulate through me. I am part and particle of God. I'm going to show you a picture of Ralph Waldo Emerson and let you see this man's beautiful face. See if you can get a tight shot on there and look at his eyes. The incredible kindness in this man's eyes. And for those of you who may not have read Emerson in school, go pick up a small copy of his essays in any bookstore. Look at this man's eyes and see the joy and the harmony there and the gentleness. And he spoke about nature, preserving nature, and so did Thoreau. And I know that Florida is not known for having a great school system, but that doesn't mean that you can't educate yourself. It does not mean that you have to be limited by what's in your school books. When I was a girl, I had very, very long hair, and those were the days of the big rollers and sitting under the hair dryer, and I would it took 2 hours to dry my hair. So I would sit down on the living room floor, put the hair dryer up on the couch, sit under it, and I would either take a dictionary and read it page by page wherever I opened it, or I would read an encyclopedia, or I would read poetry or something else. Fortunately, my parents had a very extensive library. I was always reading. I learned more outside of school books than I did inside school books. So you don't have to be limited by what you get in school. You can expand your horizons. By the way, to the hate mongers, I want to say, the white supremacists, those of you claiming to be good Christians, which is kind of oxymoronic, taking into account the history of Christianity, but Jesus was not white. Jesus didn't have pale white skin with blue eyes and red hair. Jesus looked like the average everyday Arab, which is what he was, with brown skin, people. So all of you white supremacists who hate people with darker skin, you're hating the man who, without intending to, started another religion. Remember, Jesus didn't come here to start another religion. He came here to fix Judaism. He came here to get the Hebrews to get back on track spiritually with the balance of male-female energy, to give dignity to women, and to have freedom and peace and harmony, and break away from the structure of the religion and get it a more individualized way. So since the white supremacists also hate Jews, I think it bears remembering that Jesus, Mary, and Joseph were not Christians. They were nice Jewish kids from the Middle East. Caller, first name and comment or question.
Hi, Linda. This is Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
How you doing this evening?
Okay, how are you?
Good. I'd like to ask you a question toward the positive end of karma and reincarnation, specifically about soulmates and people that we reincarnate with over and over again in like a karmic cast.
That is what a soulmate is. It's someone you've been with in a variety of different relationships throughout different lifetimes. Happy soulmate, which is the term I coined to talk about the proper male-female relationship for each lifetime, is when you've been happy soulmates before, and also as happy male and female pairing, husband, wife, wife, husband. So it's such a beautiful flow of energy that you're perfect together in this lifetime. Okay?
Yeah, you can have more than one soulmate.
Well, you do have more.
Right? You have lots of soulmates.
You have lots of soulmates, but the happy soulmate is the male-female energy that if you choose to get married, that you should have.
Can there be more than one in one lifetime?
There can be. It can be. Depending, the universe says, okay, you have several choices here where you relocate. The universe doesn't say, well, this one's going to be in New Jersey and this one's going to be in downtown Bangkok, and too bad. So you have the option. If your life can take several different directions, there are usually people in those locations that you can have a happy soulmate relationship with.
So are there people out there that we just may or may not connect with?
Yes.
It's just like happenstance, or?
Yes. If you take a left turn, that's what's going to happen. If you take a right turn, that's what's going to happen. But there are extraordinary circumstances where you can meet a happy soulmate. One of my favorite stories is, remember Artie Johnson from Laugh-In years ago? Mm-hmm. He played the little German guy. He met his wife, Gisela, because a friend of his insisted that he take him to the airport. He says, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. The friend said, take me, take me, take me. Finally he said, all right, I'll take you. I don't remember who was going up the escalator and who was going down and up and down, but he saw her, she saw him. She was on an unscheduled flight, or the flight wasn't scheduled to lay over in LAX. They made eye contact. She spoke no English, he spoke no German, but they just saw each other's eyes, they recognized each other, and that was it, and they've been married for over 25 years. So what are the chances of that happening? He didn't want to go to the airport, and she wasn't supposed to be there. So that's when the universe intercedes and says, oops, they're on a different continent, and that's the best they're going to get in this lifetime. But if you keep focusing on the type of person that you want with all the qualities of the individual that you need to have a happy marital energy, then there's a really good chance that that's the person you're going to find. Okay?
Thank you, Linda. Enjoy your show.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Caller, first name and comment or question.
Hi, my name's Tatiana.
Okay, Tatiana.
Yeah, I was calling because, I quite agree with you about these church burnings and being so full of hate. It appears to me that all these groups, they use God as their super being there.
Don't they use God as an excuse, whether it's the Catholics in the Crusades and the Inquisition going after Muslims and people they called pagans and Jews, or whether it's the Muslims going after the Christians and the Jews? Aren't they always using God as their banner?
Exactly. And if this was really, if they were really godly, they wouldn't be so much wanting to kill and to hurt and be full of so much hate. They'd want to love and find a way to get along.
That's right.
with the people. And it's just disgusting that they want to make everything so perfect, but they're not even trying.
You can't get perfection out of hatred, can you?
No, you can't.
What do you think the solution is for world peace? Do you like my idea of banning all organized religion and just having everybody love God and all the different aspects of God?
Oh, I think that's wonderful because, growing up, I grew up very religious. And, the one thing we were always taught, because I went to a non-denominational church, was the only Baptist in heaven will be John the Baptist.
That's great. I never heard that one. That is fabulous.
Instead of being under all these different names, I mean, what is the difference whether you're Baptist or Protestant or Methodist or Catholic or whatever?
Right.
You're still worshiping one God.
That's right.
Right. And even the other religions, the Eastern religions and such whatnot, it's still worshiping God.
That's exactly correct. Even Hinduism, which Christians love to misinterpret. And if I ever get my hands on Pat Robertson, who has stood up and said that the Hindu religion is full of demons, that man is such a liar. He's going to be in such an unpleasant afterworld for so many thousands of years, he can't even contemplate it.
But a joke.
Pardon me?
He's a joke.
He's a dangerous joke.
Yeah.
I want to tell everybody this. He was on the air a couple of weeks ago telling everybody in their fundraiser to sell off their 401ks, to cash their 401ks, to sell off their stocks, to cash in any of their retirement plans and send the money to him because they can't take it with them and he had to spread the gospel. Can you imagine the vulnerable, stupid people cashing in their retirement plans and have nothing to live on so this guy can build himself and continue to build himself an empire? Talk about an antichrist. He's one of the biggest ones.
And he gets to live in luxury while the rest live in the poorhouse.
Honey, the IRS audited me last year, and you know what the question was? How do you live? What do you do for entertainment? I said, a pizza on Friday night in front of X-Files.
There you go.
I need to do something. Maybe I need to start a telethon. I think that's what I'm going to do here. I forgot the original question where we were going. Oh, so he's saying that the Hindus have demons, which the different god and goddess aspect is not demonic. What they're saying is God. We yogis have an expression, God has many faces. And the Hindus are saying these are all different aspects of the one God force. So if you love God through Christ, fabulous. If you love God through Mary or Buddha or Kali or Green Tara, who cares? As I've said many times, God can't love its elbow more than its toe or its eye or its heart. God loves all aspects of life equally.
Well, that just goes back to having the different religions and being taught that this is the way it's supposed to be and this is the way it's supposed to be, instead of seeing it as it should be, just one.
Well, because they're creating power structures, aren't they?
Yeah.
And money.
Oh, yeah.
And dominance and control, and that's really what the Western religions are all about.
Yeah, it is.
Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Before I take this call, I want to mention that this Thursday night is the Solstice, people, and that's a very powerful opening of energy in the universe, that the energy, that it's like a pathway is opened, and our prayers can get heard to the universe, and the universe sends down love and vibrations to us. So it's a very powerful night. I hope I see you all there at meditation. By the way, last week was a rerun, and a lady called and said, I was talking about the French government setting off bombs in the South Pacific. They were at the time, but the pressure that a lot of countries put on them and the outpouring and the anger that they got from people all around the world, they set off one or two more bombs. They never completed their whole cycle, as far as we know, of bombs, of nuclear testing. So I want to thank that lady for calling in, but try to look at the date that's on the corner of the program periodically. Okay, let's take one more caller quickly. First name and comment or question.
Hi, Linda. Is it me?
Hi, Denny. Yes, it is you.
Oh, okay. This is Pat.
Oh, Pat.
I watched a program the other day called Prophecies.
Yes, it was a good show.
It was.
That's what my July program is going to be about, my July class.
And they talked about the Mayan calendar and the date December 21st, 2012.
Right.
What I didn't understand is, I think he said it's the end of the world or the fifth dimension and talked about a winter solstice.
Right.
I think I missed something in there.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of questions. A lot of it, well, the shift is going to be long before then, which we'll be discussing in the July class. And what their calendar is talking about, it's the end of the way things are now, a new beginning. Okay? So it doesn't mean the shift will be then. It means that things will be different by then, and a new phase of consciousness on our planet will be setting in. Okay?
Okay.
It wasn't explained that way, and so as I was watching, I said, boy, a lot of people are going to be confused by that.
Yeah, well,
so,
we are.
Well, I hope you'll be at my July class then, because it's going to be a very interesting night. Very interesting night.
And are you going to talk about the blue moon? Is that what you were
the blue moon. That's, just a couple more seconds. The blue moon is when there's more than, when there are 2 full moons in a month. It rarely happens, but it's an occasion where there are 2 full moons, and usually, because of the planetary lineup, there's a slight haze over the moon, making it appear to be blue. That's what it's all. So hence the expression, oh yeah, well, we'll see that in a blue moon. Okay, because it only happens maybe once, twice, or maybe not at all in a particular year.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you much. Have a good night.
Okay, stay with us for Inner Journey. And tonight our inner journey is going to be dedicated to tuning into nature, God in the form of nature, for harmony and peace. So your eyes are going to be closed, but you're going to be focusing right here above the nose, between the eyebrows. And slowly through the nose, take a nice deep cleansing breath, filling the whole body, mind, and soul with God's brilliant white light of love, protection, peace, and harmony. And feel your guardian angel taking you into the forest of awakening. And there in front of you are 2 angels who will be your special guardians on your trip this evening. Flow closer towards them as they take you into the light of the forest. Feel their calmness and their love and their direction, so that you may have a successful inner journey. They bring you to a small bridge and seat you under a lovely little gazebo made of wood and leaves. Underneath you is a beautiful stream with fish and lily pads, and the lilies folding gently back and forth in the breeze. These guardian angels are with you, as is your angel. Clear your mind and your heart of all grief and sadness and uncertainty and fear. Allow the water to absorb these fears and insecurities. Feel them melting away as you are protected under this natural gazebo, your own little pyramid of strength. Gaze out to one side and you see the magnificence of the forest. Trees of all kinds, beautiful pine trees, majestic oaks, delicate maples, ferns and moss. God vibrating in the form of nature. Feel the calmness and the strength filling you. The peace and the wisdom of the structure of the forest enveloping you. God's ideas of the balance of nature flowing into every pore of your body as you breathe harmony and peace in the forest. Now turn to the other side, and your eyes rest upon millions of beautiful flowers, every color and shape, every fragrance imaginable. Breathe in the beautiful bouquets that are wafting towards you. Each bouquet a magical elixir of healing and gentleness. Each flower color sending you a rainbow of light and harmony. God's vibration in the flowers blessing you. Now look in another direction, and you see God's angels watching out for the creatures in the forest. And this forest has creatures from all over the planet, but each one is in harmony with the other. And the angels send their love and gentleness and protection to all creatures as well as you. The male energy of God has plans for all humans, all creatures, all forms of life. Every element of thought flows through the male energy of God. Feel these thoughts flowing into you so that you may experience God's wisdom, balance, and see how you fit into the plan of the planet. And now the female energy of God is sending you beams of brilliant white light that will enable you to put your own plans into action and give you the strength and purpose to continue with this plan so that your life may be successful. Feel these vibrations of love beaming through you, through every person and every creature on the planet, to the core of Earth and vibrating back out again through the galaxies and the universe and back to us here on the planet in a circle of love and light. For we are one with God, for we are one with the universe.
Bennett. Do you have questions about your personal life? What about your relationships? Where's your life going? How about a career? Do you need to go back to school? What about those spiritual questions you always had in your back of your mind, but you just didn't know who to ask about them? Or how about finding out why you're here on the planet to begin with? Call me at 736-4567 and we'll arrange an appointment. Now, if you have a product or a service you'd like to advertise with us, call 736-4567 today.
Okay, caller, first name and comment or question. Caller.
Hi, my name is Gay.
Hi, Gay.
And I just wanted to ask you, Linda, if you saw anything in reference to a relationship for me in the near future.
Oh, well, not too close. I feel you'll be in something by this time next year, but I feel you have to make something different about your life.
For instance?
Because I feel like you're in a groove here.
Yeah.
And the groove isn't finding anything because it's like too grooved. And so we have to like get you out of the groove. So I don't care if you go bowling. I mean, you wouldn't catch me bowling with these nails, but I don't care if you go bowling or horseback riding or join a flower club or something. But I do feel if you change that energy that you are going to be in a relationship by this time next year.
Thank you very much, Linda.
Well, hurry up.
Okay.
And come to me for consultation. Because
I have before, and you're fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Because one of the things I do with people is I look at their chart real quick, and if you've got certain aspects, you need to make sure that your partner has those aspects because they're very powerful.
Thank you very much, Linda.
You're welcome.
Bye.
And thanks for the compliment. Okay, one more caller. Caller, first name, comment, or question, real quick.
Yes, hello. My name is James.
Hi, James.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay, and you?
Oh, I've been better.
Come to me for a consultation. We'll fix you up.
I plan to give you a phone call. Trust
Okay.
me. I'm looking at you on TV right now. I'm also looking at the world map by Gordon Michael Scallion.
I've seen
My
that.
question is the Great Purification. 3 years ago in 1993, had a vision of this. I took a road atlas map and I colored in areas. 3 years now to this day, I looked at his map and realize that they are exactly the same, except that I have more areas covered in that are going underneath water, and that really got me scared.
Well, that's interesting because I disagree with some of his map, and we're almost out of time here. I disagree with some of his map. Some of it I agree with and some of it I disagree with, and what's happening is everything is still changing, so his map is not, you know, done in stone. We're out of time. If you open up your hearts and minds to God's universal truths, you're going to know that God and the angels are always with you. Stay with him.